Okay, here is a little short tutorial, quote unquote, video about a question that I get asked a lot in the comments for some reason, and that is my mirror. Most specifically, how do I enable this side mirror that's in the actual car to be rendered, but not the big rear view mirror, and how do I have that enabled with the virtual mirror? It's very, very simple, and I'll go into reasons why I do that. But if you just go to the options, graphics options, cockpit mirrors. This is like the physical, the setting for the physical mirrors in the car. That's actually part of like the graphic model of the car. I have that set to 1. I think most people have it set completely off. And if you go in, see what that looks like. You see the corner mirror, the left side mirror is blacked out, and so is the rear view. If we get out again, um, if we set it to max of 4, which I guess is the max that can be rendered, or maybe the max of the car. That'll render every mirror that's physically part of the graphic model of the car as an actual mirror. So you see the rear view is now there. We have the left side. If this was like a GT3 car, we'd have another mirror over here, another side mirror on the right. But I like to just keep it at 1, which typically renders just the far left side mirror. And in most cases, that is a very small mirror and it doesn't take a lot of processing power to use. The reason I don't run the big rear view mirror, if I can help it, is because it's a huge area to render a completely separate image from what you're seeing, and it takes more graphic power to render than just the virtual mirror, because you have to render the back of the car and everything that you're seeing through, like the back window and everything. So it takes a lot more processing power to run the big rear view mirror, and for some reason, I don't know if this is still the case, I've never really run the big rear view mirror like this, but back in the old days when I first got iRacing, the big rear view mirror seemed to run at a really, really lower frame rate than what you're actually seeing on track, which just completely killed immersion for me. So I've always just used the virtual mirror plus a little bit of added extra visibility with whatever side mirror is on whatever car I'm running, which, I mean, it doesn't add much. I think it's a little cool touch. It doesn't take much processing power at all to run this little thing. So that's why I do that. And the virtual mirror, I would run that anyway, even if I was running these, because extra visibility, and priority number 1 is not running into anyone and being able to see where people are behind you and kind of to your side. You can kind of see where they are, getting close to your quarter panel and everything with the virtual mirror. If I just had the rear view mirror, I'd have very reduced visibility with the whole back of the car being in the way, which is more realistic for sure. And if I was just running like AI only, I'd probably try and run that. But as this is online against real people, and we don't have any real spotters or anything like that to help us out, and everyone else has the virtual mirror at their disposal, I just go ahead and run it just for the added safety and visibility while racing around to real drivers. So that's that, just that option, just the graphics option. It's on the far right side, cockpit mirrors, max 1. Tooltip says cockpit mirrors enable the side mirrors, rear view mirrors, computer screens in cars, like GT something cars. Cockpit mirrors may significantly reduce frame rate. They take a lot more processing power to run, but if you just have 1 rendered, you'll just get that left side mirror. Now, this is completely car dependent. It totally is based off how many mirrors the car actually has and where the mirrors are located. So as you see, I'm hopped in the 87 Legends car now, and it does not have a left side mirror. It does not have any sort of little mirror on the window there. It only has the rear view mirror. So when I have the setting set to 1, it renders the 1 mirror that it has in the cockpit, which in this case is the rear view mirror. But seeing as it is a much smaller mirror than the modern stock cars, and most of it is off my main screen, I have triple monitors here. Most of it's off my main screen, so it doesn't really affect my frame rate at all, and it doesn't provide much visibility extra, but I still run it just because I don't want to have to change the setting every time. It doesn't affect my performance really at all. I have a pretty beefy system at this point, so just having this little rearview mirror is totally fine for this car. And one final example here, I've loaded into the GT4, and you can't see it on your view, but on my left side monitor I have this honkin' side mirror, which actually does provide quite a bit of extra visibility that the virtual mirror just adds onto. So I get a little bit extra. It's way over here on the left side monitor, so you can't see it, but I can see it, and it's a very nice big mirror, which helps a lot. And as you can see, the right side mirror over here is not rendered, and the little rear view mirror here is not rendered either because I have the setting just set to 1. So I think this camera would also be rendered if I had it set to 4, but I'm not sure. But that is a quick little tutorial about that, as I get a bunch of questions about that every once in a while, and I've gotten them several times throughout the years, so I just thought I'd put a little video out in case you're curious. Very simple little setting you can tweak how you want, or just completely ignore. So thanks for watching.